What's up, guys? We are live here in my apartment the day before the big live debate. But really, I think I want to explain some things that people don't seem to understand. Numero uno, Steph keeps it real. Everything that I've said through the past is what I stand by, except for when I've learned that, like MCT oil, I don't stand by that anymore. So, in those types of, when I'm saying something, this is what I believed at the moment. Things evolve and change with the times. If you're not changing with the times, then you're pretty constipated. I am a stickler. I'm appearing to be tough because when I first started coaching people, people got sick. And that scared the freaking pants off me. I was so, you guys have no idea. Like, I don't want to hurt people. My whole point is to help people. I helped my mom who had a glioblastoma, who's still alive, who survived it. I put her on a ketogenic protocol. I put my clients from the past on a ketogenic protocol. And I saw their improvement in myself, with people, my mom, and I went online years ago to talk about what I had learned. Back in the day, I didn't know what I was doing. I was just guessing macros and, I was eating almond butter and things that are stupid, but there was very little information back then. There was very little information about histamine. When I first learned about histamine, I had a woman who, in her 60s, and she was scratching through the whole consultation. I was like, oh, what's going on? She's like, well, I've got eczema and, I haven't scratched. I haven't had a good night's sleep since I was a baby. I've been having this histamine eczema. Well, she said eczema. And I said, well, take out these foods, and boom. She said for the first time, she was like crying emojis, typing me back, hey, for the first time I slept through the whole night, the first time in my entire life. I started learning. I did a consultation with somebody who, I had a consultation with a woman and her husband tried the same protocol, and he got sent to the hospital because of he was so dehydrated because his electrolytes were so low and he wasn't drinking water while losing water via the kidneys. This thing is in such the wrong place, kind of bugging me. But we're doing the house apartment consultations, low tech, like I used to back in the day. And I learned very quickly that I don't want to hurt people. As time has evolved, I would start talking about no nuts, no cheese, no caffeine, and people went ballistic because people were using those products like crazy for their ketogenic journey. And I knew that nuts, and the reason why I knew this is because I started having people use glucometers. Back in the day, people were using urine strips and they would turn purple and they'd be like, I'm in ketosis, but then they'd feel like crap and still be hypoglycemic. And I'm like, well, you're losing ketones in the urine. It should be clear. Let's use a blood glucometer. So I had all my clients go out and buy dual glucometers that measure glucose and ketones and glucose and ketones. And there the data really started coming back because you would track their blood values with their symptoms. And it was like black and white clear what needed to happen. And a lot of different foods would create a blood sugar spike up into like diabetic high, which would be nuts, which would be cheese, definitely the caffeine, refeeding and drinking alcohol. The blood sugar and hypoglycemia would respond post drinking a glass of wine, and it would take 3, 4, 5, 6, sometimes even a week to get back in ketosis. I learned that people could have a histamine response 2 days after eating something and feel really, really bad days later and not connect the food that they ate before. I started coaching people who were doing intermittent fasting and just hair falling out, people developing crepey skin, severe hypoglycemia, and women's menstrual cycles going all to hell. And, men don't think that way. They have no freaking idea. And even I think because men don't talk, they don't talk about low libido. Who talks about low libido on, any diet or eating one meal a day or bodybuilder diet or the CrossFit freaking thing or HIIT training? People aren't talking about. Women go through low libido all the time, but men, that's disastrous. You can physically see it on them. Women can just be skinny fat, not want sex, and everybody's like, oh my God, you're so hot, you've got boobs and you're skinny. But with a man, like if you're flat and you look like the tire's been let out of your muscle and you're depressed and you've got low libido, it's pretty prevalent. And so all of these things I became curious by. The woman with her skin. Then I delved into histamine. Then the whole fasting ridiculousness went and hit the world out there. And I knew that if you're going to fast and kind of copy this primal way of feast and famine, you had to rest because we have broken systems. The endocrine system is broken. If you don't eat, then the adrenals are already starting to secrete too much cortisol throughout the day, and people are having inflammatory reactions, which affects their neurochemistry, which affects their sexual function and sexual hormones, and also their thyroid. And I was like, whoa, 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 whoa. People do stuff for weight loss. I knew this through keto because people are constantly obsessed with weight loss. And it's just been as of late, because of the carnivore movement, that people are actually considering their autoimmunity for the first time. I've been shouting about autoimmunity for years. And the reason why I come across as so sanctimonious and just sort of opinionated is because of how much we're lied to, how much things are hyped and seem so easy. Well, this person did it. We're all lying, all of us. People aren't saying when they have a bad day or when I start to develop kidney pain because of too much spinach. I didn't know what was going on. I didn't understand oxalates when I was pounding down the spinach back in the day. Now I'm understanding, and now I realize transparency is so important when talking about what's going on with your own body, what's going on with, and all the other gurus need to go and come clean, but they're not going to. You don't get popular telling the truth. I don't become popular because I'm so strong on my beliefs and not lying to people. I don't make much money. You guys know that. My videos are just starting to be monetized because if I don't monetize them, YouTube will drop me in the algorithm. Like, I have to sell out or else I can't reach my audience. I can't educate people. I can't tell people to be careful. So, I run a keto course. It's dirt cheap. It's exhausting me. I work on it nonstop. It's almost too much. I wonder, why am I doing this? I work so hard. I research for 3 weeks. I put up course lessons. I'm reviewing homework. I'm doing free consultations on the weekend for $15. So people are like, oh my God, she's so narcissistic. You guys don't understand. I come from a strong freaking lineage that comes straight from slavery. My grandmother's grandmother was a slave. That mentality has been passed on. My mom was strong as frack. If you guys knew my backstory, you might understand today's story of who I am and why I'm this tough. I used to be a pro skater. I've had everything from men trying to take advantage of me, hurt me, knives, guns, things in my face as a girl skater by myself with all these boys back in the day, in the 80s. It wasn't safe. There was no girls' divisions. I had to constantly be careful and protect myself. So you develop a tough exterior if you want to survive, especially living outside of the country. So many things have happened that made me a strong person. A lot of people cannot understand that person. So now I'm debating Dr. Berg. Here's the point. I'm going to debate Dr. Berg. Yes, and you guys can timestamp. Now she talks about Dr. Berg. When I first heard about these people coming on the scene, I'd seen Dr. Berg years ago. That's why I've always said he seems like a nice guy, but he's doing these things that I disagree with. Now, I'm not going to go down the list because it's time to change the way I look at all these people. I get pissed. I don't like when people get hurt. I don't like blanket statements. I'm not a big supplement pusher. There is their place for them, but just not so easy. Let's try to fix our lives, our circadian rhythm, our everything, our stress, our self-perception, our hypochlorhydria, just people running around and not paying attention to their bodies. Let's talk about stress in life and bills and everything. And then the way we look, and then like plastic surgery. There's so many pressures on us today that I'm that of the people. So when us gurus make it look so easy, it irritates me, and it's coming through on my live streams as sarcastic, because before I was like the airheady, oh my God, energy. And then you start seeing me in the lives really punch it hard. People come at you in a live, you punch back. Like, I don't let people railroad me, and then you don't know who the real person is. Dr. Berg, I was and am critical of some of the ways or things that he thinks are so easy. But so also Mike Mutzel or Ken Berry. I don't agree with them. That's why I'm so outside. Now, there are things I do agree with, and you guys know I love Mike. Mike's a freaking sweetheart, and he's a smart mother sucker. Like, whoa, respect for Mike Mutzel beyond measure. But I also have respect for Dr. Berg for how hard he has built his business on his own. He built it. And he researches stuff. I just don't agree with some of the things, which is why we're going to have a soft debate. If anybody comes at me, this is where tough stuff's going to come in. If anybody comes at me trying to bring up my criticism of the past, which we spoke for 2 hours, he knows. Trust. He knows. And he's still welcoming me into his reality. So that's why I say he's a sweetheart. Because I straight up was like, I really don't want to do anything with you until we talk on the phone. And so we spoke on the phone. He was so kind. I was like, yo, I need to apologize right now. First, that you're reaching out to me. Second of all, of my criticism, and my ass has grown up, okay? I need to stay in my lane, and I'll take all the criticism. I will stay in my lane, but I'm not going to accept any trigger. I will delete and block any comment that tries to make this coming together negative. There is no selling out. I still live in a freaking shoebox. I'm still selling, videoing on my phone. I'm still that person. I ain't ever going to change. Stuff's always going to be that. So people are like, oh, it's a business. No, not business. Dr. Berg is giving me the opportunity to make sure that people don't frack their bodies up. You can't deny that. I'm not like going on his platform and selling a product. We're going to have a conversation. Any negativity that comes in this debate, bye, because I watch other debates. I don't want drama. Not to someone who's been kind to me after I've been like, not to him. I have not been kind to him at all. Period. So here's the time to repair, right? Somebody's good to me, it's over. They have my back forever. Done. I don't have to agree with everything that he says, even though he's got some great information. You guys know I hate fasting. Hate it. Hate it. And that's never going to change. I'm not going to express that way. I'm not going to communicate with him that way because I've made a real contact. Same thing with Ken and same thing with Mike. When you really make a contact with somebody, you get to know who they are. And not everybody's great who pushes out good information, and not everybody's great. And there are people who are great who put up information you don't necessarily agree with. But it's when you make the connection. It's not with everybody, because I met a lot of these people. Trust, right? I spoke at the Paleo FX. There's a lot of people I was like, But he was being so cool. I was like, dang, we've emailed back and forth several times. And every single time, very consistently, he's been very sweet. So to me, human connection is very, very important. It's more important than anything else. I don't care if he sells stuff or not. It's the human connection to me that I freaking appreciate. So I appreciate him beyond measure. And I told him, from today on forward, I have your back. If anybody F's with you, messes with you, I got your back. Like, he doesn't get it, but he doesn't know how loyal I am as a person. He's going to learn them. So we're going to have a soft debate, and that's that. If you don't like my contradiction, bounce off, because it is what it is. You make mistakes, you learn from them. It's not the mistake that you make, it's the inability of taking responsibility for the mistake that you've done. Period. So it is time to, on camera, apologize to him, not to you, because y'all, that's not important to you, it's to him. And I can't wait for it. So tomorrow, we're going to talk, we're going to have a soft debate. I'm going to apologize to him on camera, live. Okay, and then we're gonna have like some really cool subjects about how to heal the body, because it's not just a debate. That's so boring. Come on, that's so 2019. All right, guys, live tomorrow, debate with Dr. Berg. It's going to be a friendly debate, and we are going to be on the opposite ends of the spectrum when it comes to the 7 cups of cruciferous vegetables, to the hardcore fasting. And I think that he will be understandable that, you know, about women's systems and the hypoglycemia and all of this. But it doesn't really matter to me if we agree or not. I don't really care anymore. I care that we respect each other. So I've learned to respect him. He already had respect for me. So, you know, he's already evolved more on an EQ level than myself. So good on him to have such high tolerance. And it doesn't matter, you guys, if you agree with them or not, that the respect for a person's, the way he's been treated. Like, when you don't know somebody, like, who cares, right? We can criticize the government, you know what I mean? We can criticize things that we don't know. It's when you become like personally linked with someone, it makes you take a step back. It makes you go like, because I have met a lot of people that I don't really like them. Man, I could give you a list, but I'm not going to do that anymore. I'm going to keep my freaking mouth shut. I am real. I speak the truth. I don't lie. And it can get you in trouble. But tell you one thing, if everybody likes you, you're not doing the right thing. You're not doing the right thing. Because if I'm promoting weight loss and, oh my God, look at my body at 50, almost 3, and follow my 90-day program, and let's build the glutes like I did. All I would have to do is do a glute workout. Oh, women's butts sag in their 50s, or the whole saggy neck thing. And this is not a black thing, because trust me, you can crack, but you can sag everywhere. Trust, you can have diabetes. You can have a loss of collagen. You can have serious aging issues with brown skin. Like, white people still get that so mixed up. They're like, oh, black don't crack. I'm like, yes, it does. It gets dark circles. It crepes. It sags. It has issues. You can have a neck drop. That's not a problem. That's why I don't like to factor age in a wrinkle line. That's not indicative of age. Age is from head to toe, and it's on the inside, right? Now I gotta go. I'm so silly today. Stay tuned. It's going to be amazing conversation / soft debate, because I think the hard debates are so dumb. People start arguing, and y'all know that stuff can get triggered so easily, but that's impossible with him because we've already spoken so many times, and I've just gained so much respect. Why would I be triggered? And plus, my evolution of not being triggered is who I am today, not who I was in the past. But the best thing in life is to evolve. If you guys want to learn more, go to stephanieperson.com. You can go watch it on this channel tomorrow. Now, it should start 3:30, but I said 4 just to give us a little wiggle room. Also, life is good. I love my horse, you guys. I have a new horse to literally get away from everybody on the YouTube, the debates, the name calling, the non-community of keto or carnivore, or the cheese and the products and the BHB salts. I'm like, it was so much noise. I needed to literally go get a horse and be away from all of it. And it's literally changed the internal into like this. It's so cool. I just forget about anything online. And then I'm like, oh, I need to research. So my focus is like researching, learning, helping my clients, helping people, going online, spreading the word. And remember, my motivation was never to lose weight. That's never where I started. I didn't start with keto carnivore. I started with just normal keto. Keto, people did it for weight loss. With that said, it's going to be great, guys. Stay tuned. I do consultations. This is how I make my living. I've done this the entire time I've been on the internet, but I want to be actually able to help people and not hurt them, right? Eating 2 pounds of beef on carnivore is hurting people's electrolytes. I just had a consultation not that long ago. We have another problem with electrolytes and hypoglycemia. So that's where I'm just like, and especially with women, it's men too. Don't get it twisted. I was around men skateboarding for so many years. I get it. I was like, wow, so many things go on with men that women don't understand. But when men try to tell you that eating 1 meal a day and fasting, I can't with it. I just can't, and I never will. And I'm going to stay staunch to my belief system, but I'm definitely going to stay in my lane, which is don't care what anybody else does. And then with the people who are kind to me, they have my back forever. Here we go. And actually those 3 men, and Nora Gagaudis, she's friggin' the shite. She makes me look like a puppy dog. You think that I'm harsh? What? She's just smart enough not to live stream. Nora's smart. Don't live stream because people will misjudge your character. Like I'm live streaming now, talking to my phone. You see, you guys, that's subjective. StephaniePerson.com for my course where I cover carnivore, omnivore, and low carb, high fat for people who have a difficulty keto adapting due to lifestyle. It's not that they physiologically can't, it's too hard. And so they need to transition more slowly. I think that's it. Oh no, it's raining. I'm going to ride my bike. Darn it. I'm pissed. I don't want to take an Uber to the gym. This makes me so mad. I was like, I'm going to hurry and beat the rain. Darn it. That's the true Stephanie. You know who I'm pissed off at? The rain on my bike. Darn it. That's what happens. All right, guys. Peace out.